Hey everybody, what's going on? The Montreal Canadiens season is winding down, but there's still plenty to talk about when it comes to this franchise. Before we do that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It's as easy as clicking in the bottom right-hand corner of this video. The Montreal Canadiens are in an interesting position with some of their young talent, but there's a lot of positives surrounding this group of late, specifically with Alex Newhook. Newhook started his tenure a little bit slow with the Montreal Canadiens, and that was to be expected when you factor in that he came over from the Colorado Avalanche into a bigger role with the Montreal Canadiens. There might have been less expectations when it comes to the overall impact of the team compared to when he was with Colorado, but from an individual standpoint, Newhook was challenged with being more impactful as a player than he had shown with the Colorado Avalanche, and to this point, I'd say it's been a major success with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I know that the points haven't necessarily been there on a regular basis, but they've started to come of late, and you're starting to see some impressive numbers from Newhook, which are important in the grand scheme of things. I think that Newhook, in an ideal world, is part of the Montreal Canadiens' third line when they start to contend for a playoff spot, or at least contend for a Stanley Cup. Maybe not the playoff part, but Newhook still has more upside than we've seen as a player. His ability to take the middle of the ice with his speed and just overall be a strong distributor while also contributing goals on the power play is something that's very valuable to this team, especially where they are in terms of their rebuild right now. I think Newhook is a really strong soldier and a big part of what they're trying to do moving forward with the speed element that he brings to the table. He's someone that you're going to want to have on your team as he can use his speed on a regular basis. It doesn't seem to disappear, even on nights where he doesn't necessarily have his best stuff. His speed is always there, and that's something that is a very important thing for this Montreal Canadiens team moving forward. Then you factor in the development that Cole Caulfield and Uri Slafkovsky have been showing this season, the elevated step that Nick Suzuki has taken as a number one center in the National Hockey League. And there's a lot of really positives right now surrounding the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not quite ready to say that they're going to be a playoff contender next season, but we have to see what Ken Hughes and company have up their sleeve this offseason. You can be pretty much guaranteed that the Montreal Canadiens are going to be active this offseason. I'm not necessarily sure if that's going to come via free agency or the trade market, but you can pretty much lock in that the Montreal Canadiens are going to make some sort of move to improve their goal scoring on this roster, because that's one area that they're going to be focusing on, and that's something that they're going to need if they're ever going to take that next step in terms of their development overall. And I believe that Newhook can be a part of that solution. I don't know if he's ever going to be more than a 25 goal scorer in the National Hockey League, but there's a lot of value in him bringing 20 to 25 goals on a regular basis to this Montreal Canadiens team. We've seen the first line production from Caulfield, Slafkovsky, and Suzuki, but the issue right now is finding that depth scoring from lines 2, 3, and 4. And the Canadiens have some pieces in their organization that can help fill the voids, but there's definitely more offense needed, and I think that's potentially going to come in the 2024 NHL draft, along with whatever trades and free agent signings Ken Hughes and company make over the next two off seasons. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the development of Alex Newhook and where you see him slotting in when this team eventually contends for a playoff spot. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.